This guy, Logs. That's his name. That's his name. That's his name. He's going to be playing me on the ball. 3370 is the SR rank. Wow, let's get right into it.
Yeah, no. Not having it.
This guy is retarded, dude. We can't really go out top right without a tank, can we? How are we gonna...
Look what we're doing.
Yo, some of them are walled off.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my frame.
Alright, so your team's already self-imploding. You're full health, you don't gotta go get that health.
You guys do it.
Alright, you had a chance to wall the stairway there.
Go top right without a tank.
We had that.
This is why you don't go without a tank.
We had that. You guys still can have it. Jesus titty, stop complaining. You guys were doing
I
work,
prefer
though.
Jesus, not on my titties.
Yo, Zenyatta's one in there. Oh my gosh.
So you're already up against the wall, the back against the wall with
It was a 4 versus 2. All of them were wall.
with your team upset at themselves. Why are you looking at this? Why are you looking at this?
The fit makes me strong.
Why did you go soldier?
Hey, 3 of them drop down. You can take 3 up top real fast.
Alright, alright. So look to pressure to wall off some of them, right? That's what you gotta look for.
It's 2 on point right now.
Right click, wall off people. Lucio wants to get in there, wall him off. Those are both supports. You can wall off both supports and try to kill someone else.
Yo, Lucio's one. Lucio's one.
Guys are silly.
So you can even wall off, like, right here. And then fight the soldier 1v1. Start using the wall more frequently. It only has, like, a 5-second cooldown if you keep it up all 5 seconds. But yeah, use it more often.
Dude, why did this guy...
Nice.
Yo, Abyss, can you go like, Winston? Why is this guy doing
Winston out.
Okay. Good job.
You guys are a bunch of pussies except Doomfist. Jesus tits.
Zarya's
There you go. Good job.
Soldier's left side.
Get that health.
Get off McCree. What? You heard me.
Alright. He's juking you. He's got moves. So yeah, just you gotta keep on the right clicks.
I'm just gonna jump on the blizzard since we have nobody.
Yes, McCree. Yo, UNC, please go Lucio again. Like, what?
Okay,
And your team's already imploding. This is difficult.
you win last match without a tank?
So yeah, you have to use wall more. You actually didn't use wall
Highest rank I'm at on my Jesus titties.
much at all.
That doesn't mean you win all the time with tanks.
Means
It
I
means you
win
have your
all
highest
the
rank.
time. Means I haven't lost a game ever.
That's probably a lie.
Nah, dude, I don't fucking lie.
Okay, this guy's gonna be one of those. I'm just not gonna talk.
What are you doing? You get full health.
Jesus Christ, you pick a tank and you play like a total pussy.
Okay, so you gotta start walling off something.
Lucio player.
Also, pay attention to your health more. Your health management.
Whatever.
While I do play Lucio.
So even
Need a
walling off
No, we don't. We
yes,
have.
we do.
the back lines from the front line. Man, these guys complain so much.
Especially when they have a
This
fucking.
Zarya's trap. This Zarya's trap.
There we go. We're just gonna mute him. You know what? We're gonna listen to some chiptunes. It's your team's a bunch of whiners. But yeah. So let me turn on the chiptune a little bit. It's very loud to me. You have to start using wall to divide up the battle somehow, right? If you can allow someone to not get shot by one player, that's good. Trying to breach close distance. Alright, so you're staying with your team. Cool. Now if they're holding... Okay, there you... Good. Good. Yeah. So this is the bad part about using Mei's Ice Block when you're not with your team. I mean, it just... You're going to die once they surround you. But your wall there was better, right? There were 2 supports, you try to catch them out. That's great. That's what you want to do as Mei. You just want to be doing that more and more and more. So that I can see the soldiers ulting. You can just throw a wall up, right? Same thing when the Reaper was ulting. You can throw up a wall so he can't hurt anyone. Although sometimes you can throw him up in the air and then he's just fucking stuck. Okay, good job. Careful when peeking a McCree and whatnot. You can get your ass kicked a lot quicker than you think. Someone's gonna come around right. This is actually a good time to ult. So the problem was, this is gonna be tough. Your ult can freeze people on the other side of the wall. The bad part is that your team wasn't with you. Damn, you guys lost 5 ults. The bad part about Mei is if you ult and you're alone, it's usually a wasted ult. It's very, very tough. The Diva was eating the Reaper ult? Okay, yeah. What hero do you recommend for a new player with bad aim to try to play and improve the game knowledge? Like, you just gotta play whatever you want. There's no hero that has different aim. Projectiles and hit scan, after enough time playing all of them, will become the same. I hate that song. I hate that damn song! Ah! But yeah, just play. If you want to play McCree, play McCree. If you want to play Widow, play Widow. The only way to get better with any type of accuracy is to play. Alright, so immediately, can you wall anything off? I think you cut that wall early. So yeah, I mean, if you're gonna block off the entire, like if you put up a wall, block the entire choke point off, then definitely do it. Don't worry about keeping it up for 5 seconds. Just keep it up for 5 seconds and, you know, fight around it. Hitting some right clicks. And for people to want to know, like, Mei comes down to landing right clicks and just landing your wall. Like, Zarya's gonna try to get away there. You could have, yeah, too late. But use the wall to get everyone up, and now you can attack in. You waited a little bit too long. I mean, the entire enemy team set up. By the time you waited that extra second on the wall there. You see, I don't mind that wall usage. Perfect. There you go. This is Mei now. Now wall someone off. Good. Get to Zarya. Perfect. Perfect. Now they can't follow up on her. Like, that's exactly what you want right there. So this is good Mei playing. Also good music. Ooh, you got a shield gen. Be careful when sitting on this one. Just remember that people can flank around that one really easy. King of the Hill changes? Yeah, that's true. King of the Hill changes means reviews on King of the Hill now are going to be shorter. Usually King of the Hill, I get a lot of submissions for game 5, like round 5 ones. Okay, one big deal about Mei ult is that Zen ult fucks it up. If you can get a Zen ult beforehand, or... yeah, you have to kind of bait out ults beforehand. Oh, they got a Mei now. Oh, the Symmetra. So make sure, and also you gotta make sure you got a proper wall before you use ult. Mei's ult's actually very, very weak, I think. With everyone being high mobility, and most... Oh, fucking Hanzo. And a lot of ultimates essentially nullifying it. She has a very difficult time actually ulting. Also, you need your allies to be there. You can't solo ult. Just get out there. Get out there. Oh, wait, never mind. Sorry. I thought it was overtime and you're going to lose. Never mind. You got 68%. No, good call. Good call not getting out there. I want to buff Mei's ult? That's a good question. I don't know. Oh. And they got the kills they needed. Yep, and you're gonna lose that one. Pow! So, fucking car alarm going off out there. So, there's one thing about this game that we have to talk about beforehand, is that your team was so pissed at themselves. This was Dota rule number 1. Get the enemy team to start infighting, and you win. You did that before anything else. Yeah, and there's nothing you can do about that. There's just nothing. Your team wanted to hate each other, so they hated each other. Now, I will say this. Mei comes down to right clicks. Right clicks. Right clicks! And walls! Both of which you did not do enough. You were right-clicking, but you were missing a lot of shots, and you weren't using your wall enough. Remember, if you can just stop one of your enemies from attacking one of your allies with a wall, that's great. Especially if there's someone here, and like this person's attacking this person. Great! You've now made this a 1v1, or if you're there, a 2v1. And that's kind of what Mei really succeeds at a lot. If you're in a 2v1 and the 2 is a Mei plus something else, you have the 1 is just, they're going to have to play out of their minds to kill a Mei plus someone else. Why? Because 1, if Mei touches you once, your mobility is just crap, right? You get frozen, you can't do much. Unless you have an ability, you're not getting out of there. 2, Mei has extra hit points, so you can't really focus the Mei down and then someone else down, right? She takes a little bit extra time. If you do focus her, the other character is going to get a lot of damage done, and then she can ice block, you know, or vice versa. This is actually like Mei's, I think by design, what Mei looks to seek to do is to find a 1v1 and to make sure it stays a 1v1, and then she comes in and makes it a 2v1, and to essentially get the edge that way. I mean, if there's any buff to Mei, I think she needs some type of movement speed increase. But just so she can do these 2v1s more often. Because this is what she really, really strives for. She's really, really good at this. So your positioning is tricky with Mei, right? And it gets a lot less tricky when you realize M1 is not very good. I'll just put an unhappy face. Mouse 1 is... It's a red herring, right? You think it's going to be awesome if you're going to use it all the time. The truth is, no, don't use it. You use it if you have to. You can use it on tanks, but in a 1v1 against a DPS, you're probably going to die before you get them frozen. At least at the higher ranks. The lower ranks, you can probably get away with it, but at the higher ranks, I'm going to bet that a Soldier or a McCree or a Reaper or a Genji or a Tracer is going to kill me before I can freeze them. So it's best to... You know, keep a little bit of distance, maybe freeze them a little bit, slow down their movement, get a shot off, get a body shot, stuff like that. Yeah. It's actually quite difficult for Mei to kill a DPS at the higher ranks. She just freezes people way too slowly. So don't use your M1, and when you really internalize this, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, then I should be playing, like, mid-range. Should be playing 20 meters, something like that. Use your wall to make fights unfair for basically to give yourself the numbers advantage. That's what she's about. And whether that's for 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, or 5 seconds, right? Like walling off a choke. Obviously, that's the super easy one. Like wall off a choke. All right, that person's dead. It's about if there's a whole group of people here, right? And then all of a sudden, you just wall off like this. All right, you kill that one person. Or you see, like, your Winston jumps in, and you just wall this off. And you're like, all right, so now the Winston can fight these two guys. This guy, he's a little bit less effective, and these three guys are, like, a lot less effective. Stuff like that. You have to keep on thinking, where can I slash and divide this team up to give my team the greatest advantage right now, or maybe in the next couple seconds. Logistics. I think your skill usage was weak. Wall more. Even if you make mistakes, wall more, because then you'll figure out when not to use it. You're just not using it a lot, so you're just not being familiar enough with it. It's better to make mistakes and learn from them than not do anything at all. Ice block, your healing one, it's fucking rough. If you use it and there's too many enemies around, they're just going to focus you. When you get out, they're not going to care about you. You can kind of use it for a second. 2 seconds, like essentially use it as a juke or to dodge something. Oh, one other thing. Ice block blocks line of sight. Oh, well, it doesn't block line of sight. So ice block, it blocks. Meaning if there's a Diva ult here and I ice block here, the Diva ult will not hit anything behind the ice block. Yeah, it truly does block line of sight. So if there's a soldier, you know, if someone's hiding here, you can actually save your enemies like that. It blocks Reinhardt. Yeah, it blocks Reinhardt ult. It blocks anything. Anything that a wall would block. Mei's ice block can do that too. It blocks McCree ult. That's also, it's basically a Zarya bubble. It's better than a Zarya bubble. Because Zarya bubble can get shot through. Ice block, you can't. And by that I mean, like, McCree can... Oh, Zarya can only block one thing with her bubble if it does more than 200 damage. But yeah, a lot of people don't use it in that way. Actually, I saved, on my Smurf, I saved Fuey's life once. And he's like, how the fuck did you do that? He was slept on top of a cart. And a Diva ulted right next to him. And I just ice blocked right there. And he's like, I don't know how the fuck that worked. I'm like, yep, it works like that. This being said, when Mercy's ulting and she's invulnerable for 3 seconds, it does the same thing. If any Mercies want to pull out some pro moves. Yeah, yeah. Bubble can block just a 1 burst damage thing. Yep, you are correct. As for information with Mei and what you're doing, here's the thing. Mei is very, very reliant on team. She's a team player. More than anything, Mei is a team player. So you have to know where your team is at and what they're doing. Remember, you want to be the odd man out. You want to be the one person in there. You want to make the numbers advantage on your side. She's a bit of a, a bitch like that, right? It really is your job to be an asshole and to make fights unfair for the enemy with your wall, and then come in there and be the third man into the party and just be a general nuisance. You need your team. You need your team, especially with your alt. People can usually run out of your alt. It's a tough alt to use, even with the increased AoE from like season 2. With high mobility, it's tough. Do know that you can start pre-freezing people with your mouse 1, and then hit them with your alt, and they'll stay frozen, and then they'll freeze faster. But, yeah. I think that's it. I mean, with your Mei, use walls more, and start using those right-clicks a lot more. Even when you think you can freeze someone, it's usually better to right-click them. As much as I hate saying that, her mouse 1 is a very, very big red herring. Usually used on tanks more than anything. Ow, fuck. Just ran my foot over with my chair. Ah! Are there any questions? Any questions? Any questions at all? I saw Ario saying, when is his review coming up? I think I denied it, Ario. I think I killed yours. Oh, I don't think I looked at it yet. Oh, no, I did. I think I threw this in there somewhere. Hold on. Oh, I threw it into the wrong... Oh, okay. Yeah. You're last.
My genius is finally recognized.
After this, how many reviews are left in queue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would be the 7th. Load scene asks, oh, how would you manage a junk with Mei? I mean, you could. It's tough to say when you just like talking about this stuff. But if you're doing corners, you had a corner. Let me guess. The junk's right here, and he keeps on peeking, shooting this way. One, you have a projectile, and Mei's projectile is actually quite large. You can try to headshot him. You can try to body shot him. Push him back a little bit. If you can't get that, I mean, what you can do is you create a wall here, or even here, whatever. Just put a wall there, and that buys you time to get up here. Or right here. Or if you wanted to go this way, right? That's what you want to do. You want to use this wall to either get close to him, or use that to blind him so you can hide your movements, to flank. It's kind of what you have to do. Try not to fight him in an enclosed area, right? That's his strong spot. It's tough. You're at silver at the moment. Should you focus on playing characters that you want to learn? Does comp really matter in this ELO? Comp matters to a little bit of an extent, but not to the extent that anyone says it is. I would focus on what you want to learn more than what it takes to win. And why I say that is because you'll have more fun and you'll keep playing Overwatch longer. If you just focus on winning, it's very, very possible that you become disheartened. And you just focus on winning. Every time you lose, you just get super pissed off and emotional. And then you start going down a pretty shitty path by getting tilted and upset and, yada, yada, yada. It's best just to have fun, enjoy the game, get better that way, and focus on what you want to get better at. Did I miss a sub? I see a bunch of subs. Hey, Stork! For the 7 months, he says, I swear I'll submit a game eventually for review. D-Stork, do it when you can, man. And thanks for all the clips that you submit, dude. Half of these fucking videos that I make are going to be clips from you. So thank you. The proximity, as vital as it sounds, pose the freeze matter in that situation. I'm not sure what you mean, but most characters in Overwatch will kill Mei by the time she freezes them. That's all there is. Usually review videos. How can I join that? It's you can throw them in Discord, and I do it every weekend usually. What's my Discord? There's a link below screen, and I think bang Discord. I think that'll do it. Yeah, there it is. I put that in chat. Why push close if you're just going to right click? One, oh, that's Reinhardt's face. One, it's not just you. It's your team. So what you're doing is Junkrat, with him having long distance, he has no fall off damage. So he will punish you for moving this distance, right? This distance right here, whatever, like if it's 50 meters, that's 50 meters of you getting hit with Junkrat attacks. What you do is you take this out of the equation. All right, now your team can get up here, right? Your team can close the distance. Perfect. It also hides your movement, so if you want to go this way and then shoot them from this way, where you actually have a longer angle besides just this little corner, right? Right, if someone's hiding around a corner like this, if I'm over here, you're not hiding anymore. If I'm over here, you have a way to, you pick and, stick and move. But if I put a wall here and I say, hey, you don't know what the fuck's going on, and then all of a sudden I break down the wall and I'm over here, now you have nowhere to hide. Now you have to run all the way this way or try to make up this distance and kill me. Either way, it keeps my movements hidden, right? All war is based on deception. And that means all games are based on deception. But the truth is that games are based on mechanics first, and once you have good enough mechanics, then you worry about deception. But that works with all, not just Junkrat, but all characters. You want to deceive people. Right? Look, why is Widow's ult so strong? It gives you all the information you could ever want for 10 seconds. It's amazing. So the opposite is also as strong. If I can deny people all the information that they want, then that is equally as strong. That's what wall can do. And that is another use of wall, right? Don't think of it just to split off enemies and to kill them that way. But it can allow your team to, essentially it's a shield, right? It's a Reinhardt shield, but in their face. Instead of putting a shield back here and walking forward, you put a shield up here, and then you run forward. Think of it that way. But it can do a lot of things, and that's why I like Mei and playing her, is that it's just a really, really versatile skill, and it can do a lot. You have to really think outside the box and start playing with it, and you can really see what the effects are. Infamous Ninja, yeah, don't worry about it, man. Just submit stuff. How often do I stream? I do user reviews on weekends, and I stream maybe 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5 weekdays. I start at 10 Eastern. 10 Eastern. You're already here, Stork. All right, good night, man. Let me see what the next review is.